It wasn't easy, I mumbled. The first few times I had tried to do it, I had covered my entire head with scales and freaked out because I thought I was going to be bald afterward.
How long can you keep the scales on?
Nico asked around a bite of sugar-coated donut. I waited until I'd finished eating my chocolate bar before answering. I can hold the scales in a small area, like over my heart, for an hour. If I put it in several small areas, I can hold it for half an hour. I can cover my entire body for 15 minutes at most.
The more you use it, the easier it becomes,
Reese said. He gulped down a mug of coffee and added,
"It will become second nature and you won't even have to think about it."
That sounded like a great thing to have the ability to do. Instead of focusing and putting scales in the spot you wanted, you could just automatically have it there. I had seen Reese use scales when fighting hand-to-hand with Darren, and Reese said it just happened automatically for him.
"What are our plans today?"
Darren asked. "I'm going to the Dragon's Den today," I told them, waiting for Reese to blow up.
"Again? What?"
Reese asked quietly. Uh-oh. Quiet was bad. King Emerus invited me over. He promised me safe passage and that I would be allowed to return whenever I wanted to.
"They aren't fairies," Fox whispered. "When were you going to tell me?"
Reese asked, his voice a deep rumble from the kitchen where he was standing, his grip on the mug he was holding so tight that I could see cracks forming already. "Now?" I said with a smile.
"I told you why I didn't want you."
"I've been ordered to come by my king," I said and stood up, shoving the rest of my donut in my mouth.
"I can talk."
"If I disobey him now, that's setting a bad precedent with your clan. I can't disobey him. I'm going. So, you need to decide whether you're coming with me or not." Without giving him a chance to respond, I hurried to my bedroom to change clothes. Emerus had warned me to wear something comfortable and to bring a jacket. That should have made me nervous, but I knew Reese would go with me and wouldn't let anything happen to me. They told me before that even though their fathers were their alphas, they could withstand their orders, because they were so high in the hierarchy. Once I was satisfied with my appearance, I went out to the living room where Reese sat alone. The others had snuck out without me hearing the front door open or close. Reese sat on my couch, his arms draped across the back, giving me time to take in his new appearance. He had put on jeans and a t-shirt that said, "Unicorns do exist, and they're tasty." Instead of talking, I walked straight to him and sat in his lap, straddling him with my face level with his. "You're mad at me for leaving this morning," I guessed. One of his warm arms snaked around my lower back and pulled me forward so that our chests were touching.
"I don't like waking up to find you aren't in bed with me. I don't like knowing that someone could have hurt you while I was sleeping. I also don't like the way you keep hiding things from me."
I opened my mouth to say something, but he squeezed me and then sighed.
"However, I know you need to obey my father. I don't think anyone will hurt you while I'm by your side, but I can't help but worry. You're my light, Jolie. I can't lose you."
I kissed him deeply and thoroughly, his erection almost immediate beneath me.
"We don't have time," he growled and nipped his way down my throat.
"He isn't supposed to be here until 1 o'clock, I told him, and ground against him.
"He said he was 10 minutes away,"
he said, and nodded at his phone. "Then we better hurry," I said, wrapped my hands around his neck, ground my hips into his, and licked his neck. Reese's hot button was licking his neck. One lick, and he was ready to go. Reese carried me to the bed, stripping his clothes off as he walked. The amount of strength he possessed to carry me with one arm while stripping with the other was a big turn-on.
"Later, I'm going to make love to you until your legs quiver so much that they can't hold you up,"
he murmured in my ear and then thrust into me. My back arched up and I screamed his name. He stretched and filled me perfectly, his strokes perfectly positioned to hit the spot deep inside of me that built my ecstasy. His strokes built the pressure until I screamed my orgasm and tightened around him with my inner muscles. He growled and covered my nipple with his mouth, flicking his tongue across it with each pump of his hip.